So today on JMMJ Productions, my wife found me a project. These chairs here that she picked up on the side of the road. This one's actually probably okay. I think whoever tried to fix them before fixed that one. Here's another one. And you'll be able to see the light right through them. And I'll probably go through and do a little bit on each chair. Like this one has a plate that he tried to put on there. My thought is it got left out in the rain. So I'll take this plate off and re-glue each joint and bar clamp it. Some cutouts from a previous project here. This one actually I think is going to be the hardest one. Because it's not completely destroyed. I may have to find a way to stick something in these joints and crack them the rest of the way open and then re-glue it. I don't know yet though. I just don't have a plan for that one. So this one's fairly simple. We're just gonna paint some glue in here, bar clamp it back together, and I bet you that's fine. I mean, that's how it was originally assembled. So and then Maggie is going to give them a sand and a coat of paint, and we'll see how they turn out. Here we go. Okay, so the bar clamps are on, and you know, they're not perfect, like 100% perfect. If the glue holds, and it should. I just took the excess off with a bit of a wet rag. We'll flip it over, and because the chair legs are loose, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do to fix that. Probably because the wood has shrunk or expanded, one of the two. Probably make a sawdust and glue mixture to thicken it up a bit, and hopefully they pop out of there. And you just fill it up with that sawdust glue mixture, push it back in, and it kind of thickens it up to a caulk consistency. So while that one's drying, we'll take a look at doing this one too, see if we can't get at least two of these going. Sorry, my dog's calling on there. Uh-oh. I don't know why, but in Canada, the preferred screw is still a Robertson drive. It seems so archaic to me, because having switched to Torx head, it's like night and day. Robertson's still really prone to strip out. They're kind of hard to get on and off the bit. So this one we got a part here, and it is all wonky, but that's good because then we can get glue down in there. The little plate that's on here, I think, has a broken screw in it somewhere, but thankfully the plate wasn't glued down. That would kind of made the chair garbage. So that plate came off, and I was just talking to my wife and just saying it was just poor execution. You can see the board just wasn't even clamped to the bottom of the chair, and I want to explain why I think that happened. So when you're putting in a screw and you know, you either need to pre-drill it or you need to screw it in twice. The first time you put the screw in, it's just making the hole, and it leaves a bit of a gap. Like you can see the glue gap that's here. You have to pull that screw back out and put the screw back in for it to actually put clamp force between the two surfaces. I can't really explain why that is, but if you've ever been putting in a screw into something, you'll notice the first time you put it in, it doesn't really clamp it all the way down. At least in my experience, you gotta pull it back out, push the board tight, and then it'll have clamp force. So same drill with this one. Just kind of clean up the surfaces a little bit, put some glue in there, and bar clamps, and hope for the best. Here we go. Maggie was just asking, this one's got a broken piece right here. Most likely they tried to drive a screw from this plate into it and it just broke like a piece of kindling. So that brought up a great point, you know, how you gonna make that side look like this side? Well, I got a little piece of scrap wood here, and since these chairs are just going to be painted, the type of wood really is inconsequential. I have to mill it. I'm going to put this in my table saw, and I'm going to get this off because there's a bit of a round edge there, and get it back square. And then you can see, I mean, the shape is kind of up to you. But what I can do is I can take this piece and I can lay it over the other side and take a pencil from underneath and scribe a line on it. Put it on this side. Make sure it's, you know, where I need it to be. And then I'll put this in my bandsaw and I'll cut the shape out of it. And then I'll just glue it on there. Just like each one of these were glued together. And it's a I'll move this one over. We should have used that one on the first one too, I guess.
Yeah, that's making a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Some leverage.
No, you've got enough glue in there. And you get a little line that comes out of there. Maggie was just wiping that stuff off of there. Should squish out a little bit at any rate. Okay, so this is the last chair, and the legs were really loose, and it looks like whoever messed with it before did the glue up for the bottom board, but then looks like he might have used a biscuit joiner right here, and well, that part of that biscuit's got to come out of there. And then it's like he just didn't use enough glue when it came to the glue up here, so, or the right type of glue. It needs to be a little bit thicker. Okay, you can see I took that mixture and shoved it in the holes, and as I was pounding these down, it's pushing out, you know, around where the biggest cracks are. And that's exactly what I wanted, because that's why it's loose, right? So hopefully that should all dry up into a into a semi-hard compound and keep the chair from wiggling around. So that's an experiment though, and we'll see how that turns out.